Let's do it.
On Facebook.
I liked it on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter. Insights.
Yeah.
Two eyes in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. We're back.
Oh, this is Mickey Clayton, the coach, and Rick Brown, your reporter's favorite reporter. Hey, we're here today on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Roku, and your mobile apps. Hey, we're glad to be here. Hope that everybody gets a chance to see us, be with us. Man, this show today, I think it's going to move right along. Rick, what you got going on today?
Man, Coach, it's a beautiful day here in the neighborhood, and we're just ready. I'm just ready to go, man. This is gonna be a good show. I think we're gonna floor around, give people something that I don't think they know about. Make them think a little bit, have some fun, all doing it all the same, man. I'm ready to do this, man. I'm ready. I'm just ready.
That's my guy. That's my guy. That's my frat brother right there, Rick Brown.
What up, Cappers? I know y'all looking. What's up, Fi? Yo, yo.
Oh boy. Hey, we got special guests. We got Maurice Freeman. And whenever he comes on with that full schedule that he has, we're gonna cut away, get him on, and let him, do what he has to do because he's a busy man, because it's high school football season.
It's time. Yes, yes.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
yes, indeed. Hammer time. Mr. Hammer himself.
Man, Rick, they on you already. Say Rick been sipping out that cup.
Wait, man. Wait, what? Ah. Now we can get started. Let's go.
Now we can get started. Tell me, Rick, what you got for us from Did You Know?
Coach, man, I want to revisit something that you went to a couple of weeks ago, the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Because I know you may know this, but our fans may not know this. All of the Hall of Famers are given an induction number, and there's only 371 players in the Hall of Fame. So, and everyone gets a number. So, like Coach Riley, Ken Riley, who just went in this year, his number is 368. But do you know who number one is, Coach? Do you know? Do you know?
Don't know that. Who's number one?
Sammy Ball. the induction class of 1963 that had 17 members, and Sammy Ball is number one on that. But okay, keep it on that theme though. The first Hall of Famer from a Florida high school was Deacon Jones, and yeah, and these states, there's 10 states that do not have Hall of Famers. Only 10. DC does have 3 Hall of Famers, so DC's not a state, but still. Okay, Alaska, yeah, we can figure that. Hawaii, yeah, for now. Maine, Nevada, Hawaii, oh, I said that. New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Delaware, North Dakota, Vermont, and Wyoming. Those states do not have Hall of Famers. But, Pro Football Hall of Famers. It surprised me that South Dakota had a Hall of Famer, but they do. And my last, did you know, former Florida A&M University hoop player Bryce Moraine will be in action Thursday night during the semifinals of Slam Ball. What is slam ball, you may think? Well, slam ball, think basketball with a touch of football and hockey amped up on a trampoline, all into one. I mean, if you're into dunks, you're going to love this game. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Guys are bouncing off of trampolines. Little guys like me, 5'9", slamming over big people. A lot of action, man. A lot of action. But the thing about Bright, which has six teams, and native of Tampa, and he led his number 5 seed team Lava into the semifinals after scoring 21 points to lead them over Team Wrath 64-40. But now they play an undefeated MOB team in the semifinals. So this might be it for Team Lava and Bryce. But if you want to check them out, there's 2 semifinal games tomorrow night on ESPN2 starting at 11 p.m. And right after the semifinals, they're going to play the finals. I've seen the sport. It's pretty interesting, Coach. It's great. And on that same note, special shout out to my cousin, Melanie Brown, who's one of the only female referees in slam ball. And Melanie, while I'm giving her a shout, not because she's my cousin or Richmond, Virginia native, with the Hampton University. So shout out to Melanie and Bryce and all the slam ball players. And that's my,
and for the short people, they would be in love with slam ball because they bouncing off of stuff they can get to do something they can't normally do.
Yes.
Okay, Russell, we see you with your
Yo, Russ. What?
I have some, no matter what we do, situations happen, Rick, for a reason. Special shout out to Kyle Chapman from Michigan. We ended up having a discussion about my Cleveland Brown tag on the back and him being from Baltimore. And, we just ended up having a conversation. But then we ended up turning, because his dad is a former coach, and his dad is 92 years old.
Oh, wow.
So those of us who've lost a dad, we ended up talking about how important it is to maintain that relationship. And no matter what you're doing, it's our time to give something back. What I wouldn't give to be able to have my dad to help him to do some things right now. But we just kind of talked about it. And at the end of the day, we both just talked about the fact that things happen for a reason. And that conversation about dads, everybody knows how I am about my dad. And those of us who've lost our dads, Rick, we kind of commiserate. People tell you all the time about experiencing something, and I know what it feels, but they don't really know until they go through it and share it. Now, we had an opening because we had some things we were going to talk about moving along with high school football. But golfing today, I had kind of made up my mind that I wanted to do something on Tales from the Tee. I with little quips and humor, on the golf course, relationships and stuff. And I got some friends that once, we got a rule. Once they get on the tee, they can't talk because they get on the tee and they want to hold a conversation for 5 or 10 minutes. And it's like, man, we got to move the golf on. Time for you to be talking all night. But what happened was, again, about golfing, somebody asked me, it wasn't somebody, it was Dallas Williams. And Dallas, he was former psychology professor at FAMU. Boy, I love to see the Kappas on here.
Hey.
And he came over to me and he said, Mickey, do you know anything about Clarence Avant? And I said, I don't. And I wanted to share something with you.
Shit, he was a godfather of music, godfather of shit, civil rights, all that shit. He was the man back then. He the one that gave Quincy Jones, all those guys, Bill Withers. He basically took black music from one era into another era.
Dallas, you're the one who brought it to my attention about Clarence Avant. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on that and who he is.
Well,
First off, Clarence Avant was born in South Carolina in a little town called Climax, South Carolina. That's not where he grew up. I forgot where he grew up. Somewhere in South Carolina, though. And then from there, I think he went to New Jersey. He only went to sports in 9th grade. His first job was at a newspaper company. And he was very moved by what happened to Medgar Evers in 1955. And then from there, I forget the guy that gave him a job managing. He was a white mafia guy. And then from there, they sent him to California. And so he managed a lot of people. He started his own record company. He owned his own radio station. But he was very helpful to people like Lionel Richie, Quincy Jones, my homeboy, Hank Aaron, Sean Cuffy, whatever his name is, Puffy. But anyway, he's known as the Black Godfather. And very interesting story. So I would encourage everyone to go either to YouTube or to Netflix and look at his life history.
Okay. Thank you, Dallas.
Outside of sports figures like Muhammad Ali and Arthur Ashe and Hank Aaron, Clarence Avant would probably be a guy I would want to emulate my life after, because what he did was he never charged anybody for all the help he did. He always passed it forward. And that's what I tried to do in business and in life, was to pass it forward, to keep the fruits going. And that's why I liked Clarence Avant a lot. And I wish a lot of other people would emulate that, just pass it forward. And that was his motto. And one of his favorite quotes is, "Life is about numbers." Life is about numbers. And that was his favorite. He had strong connections with the mafia. But everybody in the entertainment business, from Lionel Richie to Michael Jackson to Cicely Tyson to Muhammad Ali to Hank Aaron, all these guys owe Clarence Avant a great deal.
Godfather of Black entertainment has died at the age of 92. Kiko Suzanne Marquez shows us the incredible legacy he leaves behind and how he revolutionized the music industry.
Tell you about
Clarence Avant was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021, hosted by Lionel Richie and celebrated with clips from the Netflix documentary The Black Godfather.
He's a master communicator. He's the perfect marriage between street sense and common sense.
He's this mysterious figure that everybody respected.
Clarence Avant is being mourned by power players from Hollywood to the White House.
Clarence is one of my favorite guys.
If you are important to the overall greater good, he's gonna step in like super black man.
The combination, Reverend Sharpton, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X of the record business.
Like Bill Withers.
I have a lot of respect for Clarence. The person that's responsible for your transition, that's the key to your change in your life. He provided the big leap for me from being a professional aircraft mechanic over into this world. Clarence managing Jimmy and Terry helped make the Janet album.
Said, now, I got a problem with what you're asking for. Be like, oh, no, Mr. Avant, we've asked for too much. We can do it for less. He said, no. You didn't ask for enough. You can't do a record on that.
That told you everything you needed to know about him right in that first meeting.
After the Control album, the phone was ringing more. People were always at the house. It didn't matter who it was. I mean, one day I'd walk in, it's Whitney Houston. So everybody was coming. Questions. Can you help me with this deal? It just happened.
There's two parts to this industry: the music business and the business of music. One, you sweat your off. Two, you bank the money. He taught us how to bank the money.
Jay-Z's Rock Nation account posted this tribute, calling Clarence Avant a giant who provided opportunities for generations.
I helped a lot of people, but my job, so far as I'm concerned,
is to move us forward. Clarence and others, they are really the bridge from a time where there was almost no opportunity to a time where doors began to open.
He was an advocate for all of the creative people, the writers, the producers, the arrangers.
There will never be another Clarence Avant. However, his goal is to plant seeds so that there can be individuals just like him.
He's like, baby, you got to get your generation to be active. I'm tired.
Suzanne Marquez, KCAL News.
Godfather.
And I had not heard of him, and I had to research that to find out what an inspirational person he was. He didn't get out of elementary school, but quiet as it was kept. He was connected with the mafia and was able to make some things happen. And the story goes that, Hank Aaron got a big deal with Coke. And he made a deal with Coke and said one sentence in so many words: black people drink Coke too. But he used a little stronger word than that. They said at the time Hank got the largest contract for sponsorship with Coca-Cola after he went and talked to him. So it's just something I think, and what we do in our show is to educate people. And I can't take it for granted that other people know, because I know I did. That's something I picked up on the golf course today.
That was awesome, Coach. That was awesome. And when you called the Godfather, think about the meaning of that word Godfather. I mean, he had influence and could make things happen and did make things happen. So uh, rest in heaven, Mr. Avant. And wow, I wish I would have known more about you. Now I got to see the Netflix flick on him. I got to see it now.
You don't you? You have to see that after hearing all that about it. You have to, And there's your frat brother. He said he's in Cleveland for work right now, and I know it's tough being a Georgia fan in Cleveland. In Ohio, it's all about the Ohio State University. If you're not being recruited by Ohio State in Ohio, then you're not an athlete. Ohio State gets whatever they want. Whatever they want. But if you never had corned beef while you're there, go to Sliman's. Corned beef sandwiches about this thick. You can't even open your mouth to eat it. They're only open. They close like at 2. So you have to go. Montavious, you have to go and try Sliman's out. It's no other way around it. It's a must do. It's a must stop. All right. No matter what. That's something you absolutely have to do.
And listen, folks, Coach knows the food. He goes to spots all around this country, and he always tells me, if you're here, go there. Whenever I go on somewhere, I say, Coach, where can I hit this? Listen to him. No cap. I'm serious. Listen to him.
I appreciate you. I can get this big on low fat, but this is how we were going to start the show. I love it. I don't care how many times I hear that. I love seeing those kids getting excited about the season and all of that. Man, that has to get you going there.
Gets you pumped up, man. Every time I hear that, you just get hyped, man. You get hyped. How can you not get hyped? I mean, you can't. You must not have a soul if you can't get hyped over that, man. And ready to go, ready to go. Yes.
Montavious, you welcome. Come back on and tell us about how that corned beef was and how big that sucker was. And see, you can't say something on our show. It's supposed to even say it's tough for a UGA fan everywhere. Go Gators. Hey, you knew something. You knew it was coming, Rick. You knew it was coming. But that high school football season, it's about that time. Man,
yes.
It's about that time. And I have to give credit where it's due. The Tallahassee Democrat is doing a pretty good job nowadays of covering some of these high school teams.
Okay.
And they really, really are. And they got a thing, and we were able to research some of these young men going off to college. And I mean, these guys are going to big time schools. I mean, they're going to big time schools. And the reason we try to tell you about them is so you could go see them play. Gaston County has 2 of them. Kamari Gatson, and that's something, and Nasir Williams. You need to go see these gentlemen play. And we have Gaston County later on in the year in Ricketts. In fact, that's the first game of the season. First game that we're doing with Ricketts. And Florida High, my favorite is Micaiah Dancy, track runner at Florida State. And when he sent out something, he tweeted, he put insights in the tweet with the rest of the media people. Not all of them do that, but Micaiah did. So he kind of holds a special place with me. Wakulla has a couple. A quarterback, and he got the gentleman right here. I mean, so that's not a surprise for Wakulla. They've had a couple of them in the NFL, about 3 that were currently in the NFL at one time. Lincoln continues to build on what they have. They continue to build on what they have. Traditionally, they've been an excellent program, and they once again are sending young men off to really, really good places. NFC has 3, and you got one over there, Leon Washington. They played at Florida State, Carry on Arnold's little brother, and they left a receiver that transferred over to Florida High. Oh my goodness, Daly, that kid is special. 6'3", 6'4", pins. He's gonna go. He has not decided where he's gonna go, but he is going to be special. Again, Florida High starts preseason ranked as the #1 team in the area. NFC about #3, but they are going to be pretty doggone good. Florida High, the last few years have been excellent programs.
Okay. The NFC has always had, for a small school, they have always had, even when I was at FAMU back in the 80s, they had good programs then. It's nice to hear that they're still doing it.
Oh, they have continued on doing what they do. So you can only be proud of them for that in terms of what they've done with their programs. I mean, they have done a really, really good job. Now, when you get to college now, you have 2 black colleges in the top 25, North Carolina Central, and they should be tough. They should be tough. And you see Florida A&M ranked as the #25 school, and you see on there receiving votes Jackson State, North Carolina A&T, and Southern. So we got a few schools that are in there now. For Florida A&M, the way the strength of schedule or lack of strength of schedule is either Celebration Bowl or nothing. And speaking
Yeah.
on that, we will do an interview. We're bringing John Grant to you next week. So from the Celebration Bowl and the MEAC SWAC Challenge, we will have them on next week. So we'll be able to get some words of wisdom from him about the whole selection process, how far in advance they actually schedule these games, and man, they got some really good games coming up in the MEAC SWAC. You know, they were saying one time that was the reason they weren't playing the Orange Blossom Classic, because the MEAC SWAC Challenge. And when you look at the schedule, we play at University of Miami. So I guess we would turn around and go back to Miami 2 weeks back to back on the same field.
Ouch. Oh, well, that's good. I mean, who doesn't like playing in an NFL stadium? So,
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
don't want to
that's
sit down there 2 weeks back to back, or unless you talk about going to Atlanta. You know, we would always talk about the Atlanta Classic and the Florida Classic. You know, the Florida Classic was the kid classic. You know, you take the kids, you go to Disney, the
go to
grandparents,
Disney.
kids, you know, but when
the
you went
family.
to Atlanta, that was the grown-up event. Didn't nobody go to that one? You know, that was the grown-up event. You didn't take anybody extra to that.
No kids allowed this one. This all adult party.
Definitely no kids. That's a fact, Jack.
You know, NC Central, you mentioned them, and they're 19th in the poll, the top HBCU. Went 10-2 last year. Shocked to some people. Jackson State in the Celebration Bowl. Davis Richard is the top HBCU quarterback and top 5 quarterback in all of FCS.
And
So
what state is he from? He's a
I don't know,
Florida
Coach.
kid.
Where's he from, Coach? Say it again, Coach. Where's he from?
Florida.
I didn't know Florida had quarterbacks. I just thought they had runners. I thought all they did was run. But sorry.
He's a man now. He's still out. He runs over people. He's going to lead Central.
They're going to be tough. They're going to be tough again this year. Devin Smith coming back, and the safety Khalil Baker in the secondary. They're going to be tough.
and what about Jackson?
People are sleeping on them because Coach Prime is left. Don't sleep on that team. Don't sleep on. He started something there and got them going back on the right track. Don't sleep on Jackson State. Well, we'll find out because they got the first. They play South Carolina State, I think, this weekend, Saturday on, I think, ESPN2. I'll get that to y'all by the end of the week. But check out Jackson State this weekend. Check them out. They're not as bad. They're not going to fall off the planet. Let's just put it that way.
Well, right now they're playing with a chip on the shoulder because they have one student athlete that was picked to be all preseason, SWAC preseason, all preseason. And so they right now feeling disrespected. So that is going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be very interesting.
Okay, sorry about that. It's the game is on August 26th at 7:30. August 26th. But it's on the ESPN channels.
Okay.
Either ESPN or ESPN2. They don't have it listed yet.
Okay, and talking about from Jackson State.
Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me. So you ain't nothing you can do to me. I've been him. I've been a difference maker, a game changer. I've been that guy. So what will change? Not a darn thing. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I'm not even on the field. But I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinion people have of you, long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be you. I'm not playing to make you feel good about me. I already feel good about me. I'm good. Message for the youngsters out there and the old school, not old fools.
Deion Sanders never gave any thoughts of what anyone ever thought about him. In college, he was all flash, they said. So what did Deion do? All he did was become an All-American. When he was in the NFL, they said he couldn't tackle. All he had was speed. Well, that tackling and or non-tackling and speed, he's now in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. When he decided to become a coach, they said that flash ain't going to work on this level. Yeah, he turned Jackson State into a winning program. And now that he's with Colorado, everyone seemingly has something to say. He shouldn't speak to the players like that. He can't change the entire team. Why is there a camera always following him? It's all about him. Just look at social media and type in Coach Prime or Colorado football. And whether it's YouTube or IG or any other social media, you've got fresh content. They're everywhere. You know, coaches not even in the Pac-10 running their traps about Colorado. Former Colorado players talking noise, blah, blah, blah. Listen, Colorado ain't been relevant since Cordell Stewart was throwing Hail Mary passes to beat Michigan in the early 1990s. But yet, all eyes would be on Colorado this season to see whether this can work. Coach Prime has always done things his way. He didn't believe he could win with the players he had on his roster, and the rules allowed him to revamp the majority of the team, and he did it. Just because that's not the way people have done it in the past doesn't make it wrong. Now, will it work? Many do not believe it will, at least not this year. The schedule is tough, starting with the national championship finalist TCU to open the season. But Sanders thrives on doubters. He spent a lifetime proving them wrong. Whether you love him or hate him, you will be watching. That in itself is a win for him and the entire Buffaloes program.
Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about?
Man, that was deep. That was deep. As Dr. Miller said, preach, Coach Prime, preach.
He doesn't give any, and everybody know where I was going with that.
Right.
any. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's going to do things his way. And why not? It's been working. He's been successful, whatever he's done. Well, and he'll even say this, except for his first marriage, which we know about, but that's what he said. So
you don't need to go there, Rick.
Don't jump on me. So jump on me. But no, but think about it, Coach. Who cared about Colorado football? No one. But everyone's got something to say about Colorado. I mean, they're not favored to win. I think they're favored. The over under of their wins this year is 3.5. 3.5. But everyone wants to see. Everyone's going to be tuned in, whether to laugh or whatever. So I'm excited.
That's a true fan, see, but you got some people that upset because he went in and used the transfer portal like people do with other sports and what they do with football. So they're mad, and you got former players that are speaking out, and then they're going back and trying to retract their words. And I remember one kid was trying to transfer, and he was mad because he had no tape, and he wanted the practice tape to send. And who sends practice tape? Why would you send your practice tape? Your new program, you're starting off implementing. Why would you send that out for people to see that and know that it's going to be all over everywhere? So, I mean, that's kind of setting yourself up for failure to do something like that. So I'm not mad, and I appreciate Dr. Miller. You know, I hear you about UGA. Dr. Miller, I thought she was at K-State or somewhere like that. You know, she kind of gets around a little bit. No, and we're glad to have Dr. Miller back. You know, well, once he branded and came out of the summer break, you got Dr. Miller and you got Sports Diva. Montavious now, we getting those regulars. And who was the one Texas said we wasn't going to be on today?
DeLon Palmer. Mr. D.
Wear a Florida State hat in my office, Palmer.
Yeah, folks. That's a story for the 19th hole. We can't talk about that. He did it. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. I'm a fan. I pour him a new one.
Try to warm him. Try to warn people. You can't tell people everything. I mean, some people you can't tell nothing. They just gotta learn the hard way.
This is a story that a lot of us heard about when it happened. And I'm going to show this to you. It's a lot of people heard about it when it happened. But the reason we're going back kind of refreshing you a little bit about it is this particular young man and his grandparents are Tallahasseans. They're here in this city.
Hey, it's going good. This is Dad. My phone wasn't working. Look here, man. You want to come to work with me next week? I wouldn't mind that. I got somebody want to speak to you.
I don't know when I've been speaking for everybody that's really in the heart of the Dallas Cowboys is standing here with a tear in our eye. We're so happy to have you on the Dallas Cowboys.
I can't thank you enough.
Well, what I really want to say, you earned every ounce of me being able to make this call. I'm so excited. There's just something.
That's big time for Jerry Jones.
That may be bigger than we even realize here talking to you on the phone. But you is now
Yes,
a
indeed.
Dallas Cowboy. Your daddy just handed the card in.
I'm not a big. Well, I kind of like the Cowboys, but that was just special.
Congratulations.
What's up, Coach? I appreciate it.
I'll tell you what, I've been doing this a long time. This is so special for you and your father.
And his dad.
I know, right?
Make sure
and his dad was. His parents live here in Tallahassee. Matthew and Benita Ball.
Congratulations.
Now, you were wondering how good he was. This is just from the first game, first exhibition game.
The middle of the field, and he's taken down at the 25. First carry for
And every time you see him, he looks like he's about to break it.
That's just how close things can go for Deuce Vaughn. Personal line of scrimmage, put your feet in the ground and change directions. A little spin. And to the left, Deuce Vaughn.
Boy, he's got a wiggle.
Hey, he may be quicker than he is fast.
Mm-hmm.
I see we got Coach Freeman here.
All right.
Hey, look, he looked like he about to break it. Looked like some of them backs Coach Freeman had down there at Brooks County.
Running out of time, and he finds Vaughn underneath.
Nice hands.
The Jacksonville defense, but
I told you last week that they're predicting that he's gonna make it. You know, and it's just the first exhibition game.
Deuce in the end zone. Deuce
You have to like the fire and the funk the little guy brings at 5'6". You know, he brings the funk, but I'm gonna bring somebody on that brings the hammer. We said that once he came on, we're gonna bring him right on the show. Coach Freeman.
Good afternoon.
Brooks County
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Legend over there.
How's it going?
How's it going?
It's going, man. We had a weather delay today, and that kept us off the field for a while. But I had to wait it out because we hadn't had a lot of time on the field this week because of weather. So we waited it out today, and we finally got on the field and got some good work in.
Well, Coach, we absolutely, completely understand the priority. You know, we need you to be ready because, you know, you in Thomasville, man, y'all have had some battles that we've been a part of being able to show.
Well, make no mistake, it'll be another battle royal this Friday, so both teams must be prepared, and we got to get ourselves ready. We needed to get on that field to get ready to make sure that Friday was going to be a good game for Brooks County.
Well, Coach, you've had the ability to keep reloading what you do, you know, and you know that war on 84. You know, you travel down there and they travel to you, and we've been fortunate enough to be able to see the last 4 or 5 years worth of games. In fact, 2 out of our top 5 games most ever watched, Brooks and Thomasville. In fact, the number 1 game we have, y'all, right about 15,000 people that have gone up and seen that one.
Hey, man, that is one battle royal there. Even though they are 3A and we're Class A, it's still a battle royal. We've been in the same region before. They're still growing. We hadn't grown that much. But that is a must game for us. It's a money game. You got to make some money. So, it's a border war game. They're 20 miles from, so it's a border war game. And, both teams are good football. People want to see football games. People want to pay football teams. They don't want to see 50 of them blow. They want to see a football game. And when Brooks and Thomasville playing, it's going to be a doggone football game. Great football game at that.
Coach, we've covered some all-star games, and it's always interesting to hear the coaches talk about your players. When they hear that hammer hit, or they turn around and say, "Oh, that's one of them Brooks County kids," because they don't play that. Coach had that bad connection. Man, when those Brooks County kids hit you, oh man, they trying to find their toofuses.
It is something about those border wars. It doesn't matter the classification. We got you back, Coach?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
Man, he tell them to bring the hammer. Man, they follow what Coach Freeman tell them, boy. They bring the hammer for real.
Coach, what does that hammer mean? What does that hammer mean, Coach? Explain what that hammer means.
When I got here back in 2008, I thought that the football team was a pretty decent football team, even though they came off a 2-8 record. I thought we had some talent, and I was looking for something that would just would catch on and get these guys to understand how physical I wanted them to be. So I went back to the old John Henry days. You remember the John Henry days? John Henry had that sledgehammer on the railroad. And I said, man, you know what? If I can get these guys to work like this, bring a hammer, swing a hammer like that, then we'll be on point. Because they did not shy away from contact. And I think contact wins or loses football games. So I took them out on a Thursday before the first game. And I had a coach that was from another school, not going to name the school, but he had a helmet from that school. And I said, man, coach, can I have that helmet? I want to try to smash it with this helmet, with this hammer. And he said, shoot, yeah. So I got me some goggles, put on a Bruce kind of helmet, put that helmet out there on the cement, got them guys to surround me, and I swung that hammer. And I hit that helmet, and it didn't crack. It didn't crack. I was like, wow, these helmets are pretty sturdy. So I took another shot at it, and then you could start to see the bend. And then on the third lick, I screamed as loud as I could scream, and I smashed that hammer. And one of my little managers said, yeah, coach, hit it with that hammer. And I said, no, baby, I'm bringing that hammer. And the crowd went wild. The players just started jumping up and down. And I said, guys, we are taking this hammer everywhere we go. And we're going to show people how to bring a doggone hammer. We're going to show people how we strike them. And I said, the way we striking this helmet is the way we strike our opponents, and they won't last. And they adapted that. They adopted that. And hey, we made it to the semifinals from 2-8 to the semifinal team the next year.
Wow.
So you can't beat that. So from that point on, we have adopted bring that hammer, and our school system followed by saying bring the hammer and leave with a tassel. So it is all over our school system. We all, from kindergarten to high school, we bring that hammer.
Wow. And,
awesome.
And Rick, when they go to the state, they shut Quitman down.
We need one police officer.
All the kids come out. They're standing alongside the interstate from the elementary school up, yelling and cheering. We got some stuff up there showing that you get chill bumps watching them because they grow up from elementary school wanting to go to the high school and play for Coach Freeman.
Let me tell you how much we crazy about that hammer. If you look on my wrist, I got those wristbands that say bring that hammer. My dog, no, that's not all. My dog name is what? Hammer. The tag on my truck is what? Hammer. We bring that hammer around here, baby.
I'm pumped up, Coach. I'm pumped up, Coach. Let's go.
You think you got 2 or 3 players you can play for me?
I got one play, Coach. One. I promise you one.
I need more than one play, baby.
All right, Coach. I'll give you 2.
There you go. I can do that. There you go. We can work with 2.
Please let me know when you go for that. We'll have cameras everywhere for that, boy.
Yes,
close practice.
We got to see it.
That's close practice, Coach.
Close practice.
Yeah.
Coach, you talk about the hammer and how you go everywhere with it. And we always touch on this because it's always something that you carry with you. We've seen it. When you take the BC3 with you everywhere you go, you take those gentlemen with you everywhere. And that has been a popular piece that we've done. And Coach, I know it hurt you pretty much when you went through there and you made your promise to them to take them everywhere, and you take the jerseys, and any success you have, you never, ever let it be known that you may have forgotten them. You don't want them to ever think, and you don't want the guys to know. So share that a little bit with us, Coach.
Well, we lost 3 guys in 2013 to a horrible, tragic traffic accident. All 3 of them were football players. All 3 of them were on the team. 2 seniors and 1 junior. And we lost them right after practice. They crashed into a tree, and we lost them. So what I promised them, what I would carry them from that point on, as long as I'm coaching at Brooks, I would carry their jerseys. So the jerseys are always in my truck. If we travel to state championship games, those jerseys are always on the sideline. if we go out of town and I go various places that I have to speak about BC3, I take those 3 jerseys with me. I have a BC3 foundation for those 3 guys also. And we do a BC3 anniversary, which it happens to be on my wedding anniversary. That was my wedding anniversary also, so it's tough on my wife. But I think she toughs it out. But we do a lot of things to celebrate them. We've got a cross here that we have in the locker room that we touch, and we promise that we will never forget them, and that we'll go on that field every day, and we'll work hard in their names and represent them as best we can.
And you, man, Rick, and before games, they do now the boosters take care of them when they feed them and stuff, but before every game, they go in the back and they have a special ceremony back there for those guys, and they touch the cross with the jerseys and helmets on them. And the guys are really very emotional still for something that happened almost 10 years ago. Coach Freeman has kept his word, and he carries them everywhere. It's a part of their folklore and a part of what they do.
You're right. We've got pictures of their jerseys in the locker room. We've got a lot of YouTube stuff on those young men, and we've got pictures everywhere of those young men, and I'm in some of those pictures, and it's an honor for the parents to trust me enough to have those players on my team. And then tragically we lost them, and it's just an honor for me to continue on with their legacy. And so we do that through the foundation, and we do that through just recognizing them from time to time. And we do that through talking to the players on the field. We do 3 claps and a pride, which started with our BC3 guys. We do 3 claps, boom, and that's one of the favorite sayings is one of those players. So it carries from year to year, and every year we explain to the upcoming freshmen on what that means, so we can carry that tradition as long as I'm here at Brooks County.
And it's an outstanding tradition to have. As Chiquita Miller, Dr. Miller from Cairo, she played basketball for us. She was a Rattlerette back in the days when they were Rattlerettes. Now, PhD and working at Kansas State, she always leads with her South Georgia roots. And she said that she wishes you good luck this season. She'll cheer for you all season unless you play against her syrup makers.
Cairo don't want to see Brooks County.
They don't want no parts of that.
They don't want to see Brooks County.
Well, Coach, if you want to tell the truth, not many of them do want to see.
Play some good
not
football.
a game they look forward to.
Hey, man, we win some, we lose some. That's the way it goes. But when you play us, you know you're in a game.
Now, that much I know for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, that we open up this season with the first game that we're doing. It'll be Brooks County.
INSiiGHTS Sports Talk.
1, 2, talk and talk.
INSiiGHTS Sports Talk. Traveling the country for the biggest stories in collegiate sports. Bringing you the news that will impact every college athlete in America. From the Ivy League to the SWAC, Big Sky to the Big Ten, Notre Dame, FAMU, Miami, or Maine. No university is too big, no college too small. We tell it all. INSiiGHTS Sports Talk with your hosts, the coach, Mickey Clayton and Clayton Smith. They're bringing you insight on all the latest.
Dr. Miller, she sent another video talking about, don't start anything, Coach.
Hey,
you know how they are.
Tell her people to call my people.
Now, Carroll's supposed to be pretty good this year, Coach.
Well, the last time we played them, they were supposed to be pretty good, and they came over here in the Quitman and got spanked up pretty good. Sent them on back, and we kept some of that syrup too.
Oh no! Coach, Coach, good trash.
Oh, I think everybody's kind of ready for some football now, Coach.
Yeah.
Coach, tell me what you got going on tomorrow. Let me get a little clarity with your dads, dogs, and decals. What's going on tomorrow?
What we do is our guys, we don't allow them to put their decals on their helmet in the spring nor the summer. We wait till the day before our first game, and you have to earn your decal. If you work hard all spring, all summer, then you earn your decals and you get to put them on the day before the game. So what we decided to do was feed all of them hot dogs, feed the dads hot dogs, and get the dads to come in, and we allow the dads to put those decals on those helmets to prepare our guys for battle. So we've turned that into a tradition, and we talk about the offense, defense, and special team, and we'll answer a few questions that the parents may have. We do it in our locker room, so the dads get to sit in the locker, and they get to see the jersey behind them. So we kind of do it up as big as we can, and we enjoy it. But they get to put that stripe and those 2 BCs on those helmets, and also we'll put a sticker on there. We lost a gentleman this year, Coach Mitchell, which had worked here at Brooks County for 38 years as one of my assistant coaches. We lost him this summer to heart disease and kidney disease. Needed a kidney, but we lost him. So we've got a sticker to put on the back of the helmet in honor of Coach Mitchell, and we put those BCs and that stripe on there. And that prepares us, and that's the finishing deal for us to get ready to go do battle on Friday versus Thomasville.
Yeah, we're trying to make a decision. We don't be surprised if you see us roll up in there to be able to get some footage of it so that we could use that for the show and to be able to have some information on some of the things that you do to instill discipline in your team. You know,
very good. Come on down. Call me so I make sure you're in the right place. But we'd love to see you. We understand if you can't come, but if you want to come, we'd love to have you. We might assign you a kid that doesn't have a dad.
Hey, that coach. See, don't say that.
Wow.
You know, I'm big with that. You know,
Hey, man,
I want y'all to understand what you're hearing and seeing in Coach Freeman is how he has always been. His doors have always been open for us at INSiiGHTS, and it's always something that we try to make sure. There's a couple schools, no matter what, we try to cover them, and Brooks is right at the top of that list.
Well, what everybody doesn't know is you and I were friends when I was a kid. Not a kid, but a young adult at FAMU, and a lot of my ways come from learning from Rudy Hubbard and Alan Bogan and those guys at FAMU, and how to teach and treat young men and make them grow up from boys to men. And I got a chance to spend a lot of time with you in your program, your basketball program at that time. Somebody should have told me better, but I was dating one of your basketball players.
See, man, it don't get no more honest than that.
You're right. But I was always around the program, and I've always admired you and your stick-to-itness and the things that you have done. So,
Thanks,
I consider you a personal friend.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate that. I consider you one as well. I would never have said that. That was your story to tell. I wouldn't have told you. Oh, but you see, Coach, they still bother you. They talk, wait till that syrup covers Brooks County. Those K-Roll,
there's a drought. Hey,
Coach,
them K-Roll people keep talking. It'll be a drought. It'll be a drought of syrup in K-Roll. Hey, you know what? Here's the deal. Young coaches and very old coaches, we don't have no tact at all. Young coaches don't know nothing, and they say anything. Old coaches, I've been in this thing for 36 years. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Coach, I love it. Boy, I love to interview you. You just be so real with it. I mean, what you see is what you get. He's saying,
you're absolutely right.
No filter.
No filter at all. Blame it on being old.
Coach, I look forward to the game on Friday. We got another good friend of yours that'll be commentating with me, Ben Tillman.
Oh yeah, that's the dude. That's my dude.
Yeah, he told me, he was with me last year when we were over in Brooks County. So we appreciate it. That's a mind that, he's a talented individual that we try to keep him connected because he's a heck of a coach.
You're absolutely right. I agree with you on that.
Coach, we appreciate you being and taking the time out to be with us. And I'm about 75% going to get there. I'm going to try to, oh, Lord, Dr. Miller.
Oh, Lord.
Player he dated. I remember Coach Freeman and FAMU.
Hey, it's about time for us to go. Don't you have somebody else to interview? Let's not talk about the old days.
We're not taking that trip down memory lane today.
No. Hey, when I go to homecoming, jokers be walking up. Hey, Foot, what up? Hey, man, my name is Maurice. My name is Maurice Freeman. Because my wife is not a FAMU graduate. And she's like, hey, why they call you that? Baby, hey, let's go. You know, my name is Maurice Freeman.
Coach, this is what we're going to do. We're going to end this right now. We're going to end this right now, Coach, and we will see you tomorrow, and I'll send you a text and let you know. And I appreciate you being here again, Coach.
Okay. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You couldn't do nothing but laugh at that, boy. That's way too funny there.
Oh, man, when the family gets together for the cookout. Oh, my goodness. Any and everything can be said. Oh, my goodness.
Let's say, he should have opened that up. Dr. Miller was in school then.
Dr. Miller about to go in.
Oh,
I love it. I love my
Miller
people.
Started that. Oh,
I love my people.
Oh, that was too funny. That was too funny. I love him, boy. His door has always been open to us. And real quickly, and one of the closing things we wanted to do was talk a little bit about Xavier Smith. He's raising a little sand out there in LA. We're hopeful that he'll be able to stick. You know, they said they have a couple of smaller receivers his size, about his speed, but his ability on special teams might earn him a spot. They say he's about 50% chance or less of, well, actually it said 30% chance of making the roster and an 85% chance of making the practice squad. So we just want him to be, you know, if he can get on the practice squad,
yep,
you know, that's something that we're happy about for him.
Yep.
Clarence Thomas, we did some, I think his name, he was at Thomasville, went to Georgia Tech. He's a free agent with the Cleveland Browns playing linebacker. Man, he's laid the wood on some people. He's done an excellent job of putting himself in a position at Cleveland to make that team. You know, so,
hey, that wasn't a Freudian slip, was it, Coach? Claflin, Cleveland. Yes, I'm not.
Well, this is where. The Claflin Athletic Show new series breaks every Thursday. Wednesday right now it's up on our mobile app. This week we have athletic director Tony O'Neill, and we have a weekly program that we really are enjoying that relationship with them.
1, 2, talk and talk.
everybody. You should get INSiiGHTS on your phone. It's an app. You get it on your phone, iPad, YouTube TV, or just YouTube. And it's going to be about a lot of sports. It's about to be girls or boys, or you could just look it up. Bye. Everyone, get INSiiGHTS on your phone or anything else. It's an app on your phone, iPad, TV, or on YouTube, or YouTube TV Sports. I hope you like and subscribe, because you know why? Because I'm going to Papa gives me a surprise that is, I think, Legos and cars. So like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.
Tell them, little Jay, like and subscribe.
Like and
And
subscribe.
jump on this mobile app. Jump on it right now. Jump on it.
Right.
Jump on it. And
Hey.
remember, what's up, Coach?
I say, hey, the number one show for 6 months was Jeremiah Report doing the Summer League basketball and narrating the slam dunk contest. Popeye gave him a 10, but I don't think so. That was about a 6. That's my boy. But like and subscribe. We appreciate you.
Stay up to date with the latest from INSiiGHTS. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
INSiiGHTS is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on INSiiGHTS represent their independent thoughts and representation.
Your attention, please. Stay up to date with the latest from INSiiGHTS. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 I's in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
INSiiGHTS is a copy.
Rick say, hey, get it on your phone now.
Get it.
Hey,
you won't miss us.
Coach Freeman put me on the spot there. He said he assigned a kid to me. So that's
wow. That's special. Definitely.
That's some good stuff there. That's some good stuff.
Shout outs. Thank you, Coach Freeman, for joining. Hey, one shout out to the cats who showed up today, and the other fraternities and sororities who are always down. Hey, appreciate y'all always for joining us. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to come to be with us, and we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
And all the comments that we got. Dr. Miller, welcome back. You've always been a regular, and we appreciate you. And, Sports Diva thinks she's part of the telecast. People come on, holler at Sports Diva. And we got a couple guys that are about to be regulars here, so we might have to – we got some people that's on their way to earning some gear. Their way to earning some gear. I want to hear Montavious tell me about Slimans and that corned beef sandwich. I'm going to see. Hey, I appreciate you as always, my brother Rick.
Coach, always, bro. Keep it real. Keep that diamond shining, bro. Keep it shining.
Appreciate you. We'll see you next week. We got a good one. John Grant coming in, and we have another surprise guest coming. So we should have some things for you, as always. And we never know what's going to happen between now and then or again, but we're going to sure enough tell you when.
Peace.